I posted an interview reel of an artist and someone mentioned you and said, go check out GUS DRAX.
Okay.
So I went to your profile and I was like, holy shit, this guy's shredded. And then like I watched you playing the guitar and I was like, double holy shit. This guy really shreds. I've got to get him on an interview. Thanks so much for being here.
And you have also interviewed a friend of mine, Elena.
Yes.
So yeah.
She's one of my absolute favorite artists. I love her so much.
Great guitarist and great person as well.
Truly, yeah, she really is so genuine. Love her. Okay, so you are the lead guitarist of Sunburst, Suicidal Angels, and you're also a guitar coach, right?
Yes.
So I had the pleasure of listening to Suicidal Angels yesterday at the gym, and I was so blown away. I was like, where have these guys been all my life?
Oh, okay.
It's really very, very cool. And I never listened to you guys before, but I was really impressed. Your guitar playing is absolutely like out of this world. Really
thank you.
good.
Thank you very much.
Really cool. So yeah, gym rockers, definitely go check out Suicidal Angels and Sunburst. So Suicidal Angels is a thrash metal band,
Yes.
right? From Greece. And then Sunburst, progressive metal.
Yes, exactly.
Cool. Really cool stuff. Keep it up. Okay, so let's get into the questions. Let's get into fitness.
Yes, absolutely.
So top 3 bands on your workout playlist.
Actually, I cannot say top 3 for, let's say, for forever, because it changes. Like, I tend to listen to the stuff that I'm, currently listening to. The stuff that I'm hooked right now. I'm going to listen to the gym or running, or so it's not like I listen to the same bands over and over. But I tend to listen to more, let's say more not exactly extreme, but faster paced bands. Like Annihilator would be one good choice for working out. Or Lamb of God also would be a great band to work out. And Megadeth. Let's say, of course, Megadeth should be in almost in every list,
Yeah.
And I also listen to a lot of podcasts also while running, especially. So when I run, I tend to also listen to podcasts.
You guys were a special guest for Megadeth show in Bulgaria?
Yes.
That is so insane.
Yeah.
I watched them live first time at Evil Live. This time they just absolutely crushed it. So good.
Yes. Actually, they are one of my favorite bands in the world. So it was a teenager dream coming true for me, to open for Megadeth. Same with Slayer as well, like a few years ago. So it's always great when things like that happen. And especially when your heroes, let's say, are so cool. Like, they were so fantastic and so welcoming, everyone. Like, from Dave, of course, to everyone on the crew, everyone was awesome.
That's so cool. So
yeah.
Cool. What kind of podcasts do you listen to?
I'm so much into sports that I tend to overdo it a little bit with sport podcasts, I would say. Also, some music oriented as well. And I, not so long ago, actually shot a podcast which is called Rock Jams here in Greece. So he interviews not only musicians, but musicians and also, I guess, people that have some sort of career with something. So I like listening to success stories and how they managed to do what they did. So I'm currently also checking, other guests of this podcast as well.
That is so cool. I've actually been considering putting all my videos on podcasts so people can just listen to them. So
yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome.
Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. Okay. So what is your favorite exercise and why?
So I do 2 things every day. I still to this day choose which one is my favorite, I wake up, I have my morning coffee, and I run. This is the first thing that I do every single day, especially when I'm home. And I tend to run quite a bit right now because it's also, cutting, the cutting phase, cutting season. So I tend to increase it a little bit. I'm currently doing minimum 7.5 kilometers every morning, but it went up to 10 right now. Then I will come back at home, have my breakfast, practice my guitar stuff, and in the afternoon, before my afternoon lessons, it's my lifting session. So I will have let's say 75-minute working out session, currently bro splitting.
So what time do you get up?
I sleep at around 1, the earliest, or 2, the latest, and I wake up like 9:30 because my work also starts later. I don't have to go to work at 6 or 7 a.m. So I can sleep a little bit later and wake up a little bit later and start teaching around 12. So I have a couple of hours to do everything else before that.
Cool. Let's get into your split then.
Well, Monday right now is International Chess Day, as everyone.
What? Who would... Is that a thing?
Yeah, of course. It's an actual meme. Monday, International Chess Day. So I do chest with triceps, and today, I have back and biceps. Wednesday is leg day, and then again, chest with triceps, shoulders, and Friday and Saturday are going to be, again, days 1 and 2, but mixed up. I also tend to have some fun with that. Like I like to be like, okay, it's Friday today, so let's do this exercise and let's make this combination here and see what's gonna happen and how I'm gonna feel with it, So that's it. Like 5 to 6 workouts per week. I never train on Sundays unless I have lost many trainings in a week, maybe by traveling or anything like that. And also because unfortunately at my hometown, gyms are not open on Sundays for some strange reasons. I don't know. So if you see like, let's say, irregular people work out on weekends, they should be open. But anyway, I tend to do 5 to 6 workouts every week, so Sunday can be a rest day.
So if you're training like 5 to 6 days and then you're also running every morning, you must be eating like shitloads of calories. Like, what are you eating?
Well, it's actually changes, of course, from winter to summer. And right now, it's the tough part that I need to control myself, especially with carbs. Protein is my main priority, especially at this period. Would you like to go in detail with that?
Oh, I love it. I can just talk forever on this.
Perfect. Perfect. So my first meal of the day is always eggs. Always. So it's can be boiled eggs, can be omelette, but it's eggs. Winter, I will have some sort of carbs next to it. Could be rice crisps with something or something else but something with carbs, and you can delete that when it's the summer season. Next to that, on summer, I'm gonna have some fruit. I absolutely love watermelon. I can eat the whole watermelon in a day. I'm not exaggerating. Omelette and watermelon. Watermelon will return many times in a day. And I do 3 main meals. This was the first one, and the second one is gonna be chicken breast with salad, and second time the same, or some sort of protein. Like for example, yesterday I had salmon with salad. So one thing is my main protein thing, and a salad. No dressings, of course. When we talk about cutting, of course, olive oil. I'm from Greece. I have quality olive oil, so olive oil in the salad, of course. And I have some fruits. Maybe sometimes I would say I can overdo it with fruits, but that running that I do, I think, gives me the right to eat a little bit more fruit, in a day. So that's pretty much it in my cutting phase. And the philosophy with the winter doesn't change that much. It's just that I pump up the carbs a little bit more. So I don't do 0 carbs, but I do high carbs, and on summer just low carbs.
So you're not like tracking your food or anything. You just
I do. I actually
you do track.
When I first did like my first cutting phase, I started counting, and I was weighting everything. How much is this? How much is that? But right now, I've done this so many times that I pretty much know how much is everything that I eat, so I don't have to count anymore. But at the start, I think that you have to go through this phase if you want to achieve that. It depends also on your goals. Like if your goal is to be like, for a man, 15%, that's quite easy to do without adjusting too much. Like you can reach that. But if you want to go 10 or even single digit body fat, then counting must take place. The higher level you want to go to, the more detailed you must be. you know.
Yeah, I completely agree. And there's also this thing where, when you're a beginner, you need to kind of understand how much you're eating and your portion sizes and all of that. Because a lot of people will follow influencers who say, oh, I don't count my calories, I don't track my calories, but they look like really good. But they don't understand that these influencers actually went through that starting phase of counting, and that's why they know now more or less how much they're eating. So yeah, makes
Yeah,
sense.
absolutely.
So what is your least favorite exercise then, and why, if you have one?
I don't currently have one that that I hate. Usually, I enjoy working out. Even usually we say that our most hated exercise is the one that hurts the most, but the ones that hurt the most work also the most. So I'm gonna say shrugs, like shrugs for traps. I don't really like that exercise. Not for the feeling, but just. But it must be done, so I do it. Let's for the sake of discussion, let's say one.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, let's get into the big questions. When you're preparing for like a long tour, do you change your training? You train differently?
Actually, no. The only thing that I change before the tour is that I'm more careful, even more. I'm very, very careful with my hands, like extremely. I would say to a point that maybe I could even lift, heavier weights right now, but my hand health is main priority for me. I don't put my hands in danger. So when I have a tour coming up, I cannot risk you to get injured to lift something heavier. So that's a main priority for me. I'm doing the same that I do at this period, and I also try to take that on tour as well. So usually when I go on tour, I want to look as lean as possible. But if we are deep into the winter, maybe I'm not that dry, and shredded, but I still have the size, let's say, and a good proportion. But no, I wouldn't say that I changed something dramatically other than just really being okay. Don't hurt yourself,
I see. Do you use anything to protect your hands when you're training?
I use gloves. That's it. Like it's not that it's. I know that not many people actually agree with that, and you should lift the weights with empty hands, But unfortunately, I can't have calluses here. Yeah, I avoid doing anything without gloves. I wear gloves even when I do the leg day. Also because I might do some supersets and stuff like that, but I wear my gloves on every lifting session, no matter what I'm lifting. And I also have my technique when I have anything to grab. I never go full like this. I never have my thumbs like this. My thumbs are always like this, so I don't engage this part of my hand because every movement, any movement that you do as a guitar player is here. This cannot be very, very tight, let's say.
That is such a great tip, and it was one of my questions. So awesome. Look,
Yes.
guitar players are absolutely exempt from this whole thing about wearing gloves. So you guys can you guys can wear whatever you want.
Yeah.
You use wrist straps as well, or no?
No, because I use gloves that have wrist protection. So I think I'm totally fine. I have tried to wear both. Maybe I have some extra protection, but it wasn't necessary. I didn't feel like it was giving me something extra. So gloves are totally fine for me.
So your lifting, does it ever affect your practice or like going on tour or anything? Does it affect your forearms?
I'll tell you. I'll answer honestly because other guitar players need to also know that maybe they want to start. Apart from lifting, doing a back workout, I don't have any problems. When I have a back workout because of the pulling nature of the movements, my grips are a little bit sore for like an hour after the session. So I do quite some stretches like oops, that was some cracking here. I do my all this stuff that I need to do. I let my hands rest before I go to practice something, especially if it's, let's say, high demanding, to something technical. Not because it's dangerous for my hands, but because it's going to be, let's say, a little bit disappointing. You cannot just go have a great lifting, back session, and then, all right, let's go now and play, something technical. It's not going to happen straight away. So you need some time to let your hands relax, and then you can go for it. So that's it.
That is great. Thanks so much for sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Has lifting weights helped your stage performance in any way?
I think that the lifting part, and that gives the muscle mass and the tone. I think it helps a little bit to the visual. It's not that I do it only for the visual. I do it for the health benefits, of course. But I think that when you're a professional musician, looks matter a little bit. You don't have to be a fitness model. You don't have to be like single digit body fat, but you need to have some good stage presence. And I think that lifting weights, again, you don't have to go to the extremes, but if you lift a little bit and it gives you that nice muscle tone, I think that no one hates that. Everybody.
Yeah, and confidence as well, right?
Yes,
Like body
it gives you confidence, and I think that also the running part really helps me with performing, because it's playing a show is almost like nothing right after running 10 km. So running helps me a lot.
Yeah, so that's interesting because most of the musicians I spoke to, they say that they really like increase their cardio a lot while preparing for a tour. But in your case, because you're already running, you don't have to change that much.
Exactly. Exactly. So, it's also the nature of my work. When I'm at home, I sit on this chair. If I don't run, I'm going to sit on this chair for the whole day. So that's not good. So I also do it as a part of moving more. I don't have a job that, I'm not building anything, or I'm not moving on my job. So I tend to sit a lot. So, sometimes you just need to stand up and do something.
Awesome. Do you have like a step goal and stuff?
Yes, but that only becomes a goal on tour, because I reach that on my morning. It's 10,000, of course, but I reach it on my morning run anyway. But when I'm on tour, because I cannot always run, then it's okay. Let's go for walks and also see a little bit the city. I tend to combine it with a little bit of tourism, let's say, and see the sights and everything. And also, I search for a gym that is kind of close to the venue that we play in. I go there walking, of course, so I can raise my step count.
Awesome. This is actually one of my favorite things to do when I go to new places as well.
Yeah.
The exploring, the morning runs, and they're just amazing. Really.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, I love that. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so what do you think then are the challenges for you to stay fit while you're touring?
Definitely the nutrition part. Working out is not a problem. Like right now that we have our own crew and stuff, I can most of the days that I want to train, I will find a way and time to train. Like maybe it's a little bit less. Maybe it's not going to be 5 or 6 workouts every week. Maybe it's going to be 3 per week. But still, I manage to do my lifts. And I think that nutrition is the tough part anyway, even when you are at home. Let's say it's decision time. It depends on what decisions you're going to make. Your body is the byproduct of your decisions. So if 9 times out of 10, or even no, I'm not going to say that strictly. 7 times out of 10, your decisions are good. Your body is going to look good. 3 times not going to destroy what 7 are doing. And of course, again, the higher your goals are, the more percentage of these decisions, good decisions must be. On the road, that part is a little bit tough, because the right food the right food for people who work out actually every day. You're gonna have some extra sugary stuff, a little bit more processed stuff,
Fatty stuff.
Yeah. I try to do the right decision. I try to take the right decision every day, but some days it's almost impossible to have a right decision. It's just the less bad decision, let's say. And also, I'm a human being. I have flaws. Maybe I see something that I really crave. I'm going to eat it, and I'm not going to actually be very, I'm not going to feel bad about it. It's also maybe because that leads also to nutritional food disorders and stuff like that. So I don't want to go on tour and be like, okay, I need to have everyday chicken with salad. You're on tour. You can have a little bit. You can go. You can slack off a little bit, and as soon as you are back at home, you can again go back to your discipline and do the right things. At least this is what I do.
Yeah. And it's also like the shows as well are like a proper workout, right?
Yeah.
And then you're on top of that, you're also kind of fitting in your workouts here and there. So I guess there's definitely less damage.
Yeah. Because you're I tend to burn calories that I can't even count during the show. Like, how many calories am I actually burning right now? I don't know. It's not something trackable. Even if you put the step tracker on, it's not steps. So I don't know how many is it, but I guess it's quite a few. So
Yeah. Do you take any kind of supplements or anything with you on tours?
yes, I separate the supplements into categories: the muscle building ones and the health ones. The health ones include a multivitamin, which is always with me on tour, and zinc and vitamin D are necessary. So these three are the most important ones. And then what happened to the last couple of tours is that I bought some whey protein on the road because I just wanted to be sure that I'm taking enough protein, because again, like what I said before with the meals, that some meals you don't necessarily have exactly what you need. So I had this whey protein. I was taking one scoop every day, and I was just feeling better about my protein intake each day.
Yeah, I wanted to take protein powder to Italy, and then I packed them up into little like plastic bags, just portion them out, and then I was like, this shit looks like fucking cocaine. I'm gonna get stopped.
Indeed.
I'm gonna get stopped at the airport. I just decided not to take it and just buy it at the location.
But imagine what, for example, bodybuilders that go to competitions, like they have their proteins together, so and they don't have a problem. So
I didn't want to take a chance.
but to be honest with you, it's one of the reasons that I buy from the place that I go, so that I don't get stopped on, in the airport. But also because it can take some of my luggage room, and I need all the space that I can get for other important stuff, and then I can go, for example, to the first city somewhere in Germany or anything, and I can buy whey protein from there.
Yeah, I actually found really nice protein bars in Italy, Enervit or something, and they were pretty low calories, like 1 gram of sugar or less or something, and high protein. So this is really cool. I really like those. I actually miss them now. Do you have a pre-show routine?
It's nothing physical oriented apart from stretching a little bit my legs and stuff. My pre-show ritual has 100% to do with my hands. I warm up my playing mostly. I don't do anything physical. Like, I have some friends that maybe they are doing some push-ups and, they are pumping up a little bit. I don't do that. I tend to see that, again, with push-ups, maybe my fingers are going to be a little bit affected by them for some minutes afterwards. So nothing that is going to affect the easiness that my fingers are going to move,
Yeah.
So if the last hour before the show is only guitar, coffee, that's a part of the procedure. Very, very important to have coffee. Have a cup of coffee, I have my guitar, and I warm up for 30 to 45 minutes, and then, I get dressed for the show to play.
Nice. Speaking of coffee, then, what about alcohol and stuff? Do you drink alcohol? Do you have any rules around shows and alcohol?
I don't drink alcohol in general. Like, it's a very rare occasion for me to drink alcohol. It's not that it's completely zero, let's say, but it's almost zero. So even more on tour, that I'm there for professional reasons, it becomes even more strict for me. So never before a show. Now, after a show, maybe if everyone is drinking and I feel like it, maybe I'm gonna open a beer, which is not going to go down that much. I'm gonna have a couple of sips, okay, toast with everyone, and then have my Coca-Cola Zero. I don't drink alcohol almost at all.
It's freaking mind-blowing to me how many artists like at this level are just not drinking, or they're not getting like shit-faced. This is just incredible. It is such an eye-opener. We're really just thinking, it's all about the trashing your body and stuff, in this genre, and it's amazing.
I think it started this way, and if you want to have, let's say, role models that were abusing alcohol or other substances, we have plenty in metal music on that. No, and of course, I'm not criticizing. Anyone can do anything he wants. So I think that having also examples that don't do that is also important. And I think that drinking too much, or even doing other substances, is not going to help you, not in the long run, but even on tour, you're going to see the decline real fast. So to me, it's very, very important to have, for let's say that we have to play 30 shows and you come and watch the first show and another person is coming and see show 27 or 30. You and that guy have the same exact right to see an equally great performance by me. There is no actual excuse for me to be good on show number one or so and so on first show, and then on 30 show, I'm like, sorry, shit. This is no excuse. For me, it's very, very, very negative, and I take care of myself because not drinking and taking care of myself is going to help me be what I want to be every night.
I love that.
And it's absolutely true. It's not that I say it to say something, motivational, but it's exactly what I do. It's actually how I see things.
Yeah. And I mean, and this is kind of like the discipline that you have in your personal life is just kind of bleeding into your professional life as well. That is amazing.
Yeah. Discipline is one of the main principles in my life on pretty much everything. I use it for everything.
All the podcasts and books and everything that I've listened to or read, there's this underlying theme of getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. And so you've got to do the hard things, embrace the suck, all of that. So it's the hard things that most people are not willing to do. And when they do that, that's when real growth and change happens. So
exactly.
That's awesome.
Sometimes you just have to go get out of your comfort zone and your box and do those things. And again, I'm not a very good friend with motivation, because motivation is based on doing things when you feel good about them. And if you wait to feel like a specific way to do something, then you will do it maybe a couple of times and then you will not do it. If I wait until I feel good to go running, I'm probably not going to go running. But I wake up, I have a few sips of coffee, and then it's running time. It's not that I always feel like it, even though I really love it. And it's a procedure that, let's say, it's my drug in quote unquote, and it really makes me feel great. So I do it with pleasure. But it's not every morning that you wake up and say, all right, great, let's go and do 10 km. But I do it. That's the discipline part. Doing things even when you don't at 100% feel like doing, but it's for good and that it must be done.
Yeah. And if you're constantly waiting for motivation, I mean, you just don't want it bad enough.
Yes.
Cool. Okay, let's see. Is there any sport that you've always wanted to try, but you've just never been able to get good at or master?
I have done quite a few sports since I was a little kid. I actually did everything that I wanted to do. I started with martial arts, with karate at 6 years old. Then I went to basketball. In these two sports, I was very, very good. Both karate and basketball was very, very good. Then most of my friends were playing football, so I switched to football to be with with my friends. Not that good, not useless, but not Cristiano Ronaldo. And then guitar came into my life, and then I paused a little bit sport, every sport pretty much that I was doing, like pretty much paused, and I was just practicing guitar. And then I became chubby, and I decided, okay, I need to also go back to training. And then it's when my lifting and running started. That was 16 years ago.
Nice, and you haven't stopped.
No.
Awesome. Love that. Okay, so if you could choose one person, dead or alive, to train with, who would it be and why? It can be anyone.
Can I pick more than one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, I have to say, from the living ones, I could say mainly from the classic bodybuilding era, but Arnold. Come on,
everyone says
Arnold. With Arnold, come on.
Yeah, he's on my list also. I love him.
Yeah. Or with guys like Frank Zane, he's also in the classic era of bodybuilding.
Can you imagine how much we would learn from that era as well, just training with them?
You have to turn the camera on and let it roll. Let the camera there do its thing. You don't mind it at all because you don't want to lose everything. It's going to be a documentary that you want to see again and again and again, So I don't have that one. So let's say this. Yeah.
You could kill someone I'm just kidding.
No.
No, sorry.
But you know what? Maybe there is someone that I can't actually remember right now, but that just doesn't come to mind. My dad comes to mind, that I would like to have a chance to see my dad, but it will probably end up in something different than working out, you know?
Yeah, actually, yeah. That's true. The most important question of today.
Yes.
What do you do for your hair?
I wash it.
Well, it is so bouncy and shiny. Like, what the hell?
Well, thank you. Actually, I don't do something that special, but I think it's a combination of two, three things. I think it's not that I'm waking up every day and say, okay, what am I gonna do to my hair, and let's do this and this and that. So first thing is that I think that the overall health of a person is obvious on many things: hair, nails, skin. When you sleep well, you eat well, you train, you look like that. So nutrition and sleep is one thing. Second, I think that the fact that I have never dyed my hair is also important. I have never did anything, any procedure on them, and I don't use that many products. Shampoo and conditioner. That's it.
Well, it looks amazing.
Thank you. That's it. Like, it's very, very simple. I really don't do something special. It's just that I guess taking care of my overall health is what is the secret.
Cool. Thanks for sharing that. So, do you have anything you want to add?
No, actually, let's say as a close-up, I think that you're doing an amazing job with what you're doing. I think that you're doing something that not just the metal community, but the whole music community needs. I think that we need people who will spread the message of fitness. Again, not necessarily being that like shredded and stuff, but be healthier, be more fit. And of course, if you want to go to extremes and get those abs showing, no worries, we will all say bravo for that.
We're here to support you. Yes.
And I think that you're doing a great job, and keep spreading the message. And I'm gonna also do from my part what I can do to spread your message as well.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.